Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. If you care about South Africa's future, political accountability, and the battle to clean up corruption from within, then you're in the right place. Today, we are diving into a bold and potentially game-changing statement from Hope Papo, the ANC's Gauteng provincial coordinator, who this week made headlines by calling out what many South Africans have suspected for years, that the ANC has been infiltrated by individuals with ulterior motives, people who joined the party not to serve, but to exploit. This is not just any internal comment, it's a public admission from a senior provincial figure in the ruling party that there are people operating within the ANC who have no interest in its founding values or the betterment of the country. And if we read between the lines, this is a loud and clear warning that serious internal cleansing is on the cards, or at least, that's what the ANC wants us to believe. Now let's unpack exactly what was said, and what it means for the ANC, its credibility, and the upcoming 2026 local government elections. Hope Papo didn't mince his words. Speaking candidly, he said, there are people who join the ANC not for its values or commitment to South Africa's future, but to further their own nefarious interests. That's a direct and powerful statement. It's not vague political fluff, it's an open accusation against some of his own comrades. And it reflects what many ordinary South Africans have been saying for years, that the party of Nelson Mandela and Oliver Tambo has lost its moral compass. Papo was addressing the ANC's broader renewal agenda, something we've heard about often, especially since President Cyril Ramaphosa took over from Jacob Zuma. Renewal has been the buzzword used to sell the idea that the ANC is serious about reform, serious about rooting out corruption, criminality, and factionalism. But here's the truth, renewal has mostly been rhetoric. What makes Papo's statement different is that he's putting it in blunt terms, suggesting that people are actively abusing their membership in the ANC to push personal or even criminal agendas. And let's not forget the context. The ANC has been hammered by scandal after scandal, Bosesa, the State Capture Commission, VBS Bank, PPE looting during COVID-19, the Failure saga, and now more recent allegations of provincial tender fraud and irregularities involving senior members. So when Papo speaks about hidden agendas within the ANC, he's not exaggerating. He's describing a real and deeply damaging cancer in the party's structures. So, what is the ANC actually doing about it? That part remains vague. Papo didn't spell out a detailed plan. He simply stated that the party would scrutinize its membership more closely and strengthen internal discipline. But what does that mean in practice? Will there be mass expulsions? Will lifestyle audits be enforced? Will corrupt officials be prosecuted, or just reshuffled, as we've seen time and time again? This is where the ANC often loses the public. South Africans are tired of speeches. They want action. For example, the so-called step-aside rule, which was meant to prevent members facing criminal charges from holding office, has been inconsistently applied. In some cases, it's weaponized for factional battles, while others are allowed to continue as if nothing happened. Papo's comments also come amid rising voter dissatisfaction, especially in Gauteng. In 2021, the ANC lost control of Johannesburg, Tshwane, and Ekurhuleni, major metros it once dominated. That loss was a wake-up call. The people are speaking, and they're saying enough is enough. So his statement could be part of a strategic attempt to regain trust ahead of the next elections. Whether it's genuine or political PR will depend entirely on what happens next. But there's another layer to this. Papo's remarks also speak to a deeper identity crisis within the ANC. The party is torn between its historic liberation identity and the demands of modern democratic governance. It struggles to balance loyalty to old cadres with the urgent need for competent, ethical leadership. And in that vacuum, opportunists have found a way in, some joining the party to access tenders, dodge accountability, or settle personal scores. It's no longer just a political movement, for some, it's a business model. And let's not forget the broader implications. When a governing party is infiltrated by corrupt actors, it doesn't just damage the party, it damages the entire state. Municipal services collapse, public funds are stolen, infrastructure deteriorates, and communities are left behind. South Africans are paying the price for the ANC's internal failures every single day. Hope Papo's warning should serve as a national wake-up call. The ANC cannot afford to continue ignoring the rot within. The stakes are far too high. This is about more than just party politics, it's about whether South Africa can rebuild trust in its democratic institutions, or whether it will continue down the path of failed governance and elite impunity. So, what needs to happen next? First, the ANC must stop protecting compromised members. Transparency must be non-negotiable. Second, the renewal agenda must include real consequences, suspensions, investigations, prosecutions, and reforms that go beyond political performance. Third, civil society, the media, and opposition parties must continue applying pressure. We can't rely on the ANC to police itself without external accountability. Most importantly, the South African public must remain vigilant. Your vote, your voice, and your demand for ethical leadership are the only forces strong enough to shift this country in the right direction. Papo's statement opens the door, but it's the public that must push it open wider. So, what do you think? Is Hope Papo genuinely committed to reform, or is this just another attempt to pacify angry voters before the elections? Can the ANC really renew itself from within, or is a total overhaul the only solution? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of our updates on South African politics and governance. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay critical. See you next time.